I saw him, I was scrolling something earlier, and I saw him being very active with a lady giant. I can't remember what her name was, but that's his issue. Sometimes I think he's a little bit too active. Kick streamer Max Holloway will be fighting Conor McGregor on July 11th. Kick streamer. When I first saw this, I laughed, and I feel like most people probably did. But you got to realize that fighters are no longer moonlighting as other things like streamers. Today, fighters are streamers moonlighting as things like MMA fighters. Fighters fight like what, 3 times every 1 year? Or 1 time every 3 years if you're a Russian grappler. I think fools have finally taken it to heart that it's not a career, it's an opportunity. In the grand scheme of things, you're not gonna fight very many years of your life, but you could stream forever. You could stream till you're dead. Actually, if you stream till you're dead, if you stream your death, that's a lot of money. Now that, at that point, that's generational wealth, because you ain't gonna be able to spend that. That's for your kids. If you die on stream, that money's for your kids. But even Rampage Jackson has come out and said that he's made more money in 8 months. When he hit the 8-month mark, he had made more money already in streaming than he did in his 25-year MMA career. So if Rampage Jackson dies on stream, Roger Jackson needs that. He's gonna need that money. But I'm telling you, we gotta have the right perspective on this. This ain't a joke. It's the future. And frankly, I think it's the only way with that kick money that Max Holloway is ever gonna be able to return to that blessed era. You know what I'm saying? Paddy Pimblett being the underdog against Benoit Saint Denis is like the best thing potentially that's ever happened for Paddy Pimblett, because it ain't his fault that the UFC tried to have another Conor McGregor and tried to streamline him. It's not his fault, but it is fault that he's perpetually trying to position himself as the overdog. I don't know if you saw yesterday him sparring with social media influencers again. He's trying to make it better, because I think this time there was supposedly 3 influencers. He was sparring 3 influencers at once, but that's kind of like Dustin Gaethje sparring like 3 Paddy Pimbletts at once. You know, it's still not gonna matter. If Paddy Pimblett plays his cards right and learns some of that humility, Sean Strickland style, then he could be on the path to being a headliner on the prelims.
Look at the rise of the UFC. In 25 years, everybody told me you'll never be able to beat boxing. Boxing is the, and here we are today.
I don't know who this dude is, but why does he look like a Ali G character?
And here we are today. The UFC is simple, easy to follow.
Yeah.
Not as many weight classes, no sanctioning bodies making fights not happen.
Wait, why is that Look, I don't understand the mindset here. I wish there were no weight classes. I wish there were no weight classes, no time limits, no corners, no water breaks. No, look, it doesn't matter. Let's not get into that right now. But if you're gonna have weight divisions, if you're pushing for weight divisions because more weight divisions means more bouts and more bouts means more money, if you're doing that, then why brag about not having too many weight divisions? That doesn't make sense.
As many weight classes, no sanctioning bodies making fights not happen.
Yeah. You do that yourself, right? Cut out the middleman. You're the one making certain fights not happen and giving us stupid fights that don't make any sense.
Yeah, brilliantly laid out, and you're absolutely right. And everything in life is about timing. And right here, right now was my time to get into this sport and take a crack at it, because I've been talking about them for years, and now it's time to put my where my mouth is. So
I mean, Dana White does have a way of watering things down. Look at the product of the UFC back in the 90s, what it was, rough around the edges, raw and real and caveman-like, and it was fighting. It was human cockfighting, which, don't forget, is a compliment. And he found a way to make it look so tame and make all the fighters look like carbon copies and drones with the uniform sponsor, literally with the uniform sponsor, and found a way to make fighting look corporate. And look what he did with Power Slap. Once upon a time, Power Slap was this thing from like the depths of Russia that every once in a while we'd come across on our feed. It was like, dang, this is crazy. We share it with everybody. And it kind of seemed like this gem that we happened upon. And now Dana White took that and watered it down. They all got uniforms and they take lunch breaks and they have like dressing rooms and stuff like that. I've seen power slappers training on Bob dummies. On Bob dummies. Could you imagine if you were a Bob dummy and you were sentient, like if you were Woody from Toy Story and someone purchased you from Dick's Sporting Goods just to slap you? If you were made in vain like that, I would be praying for Sid, for the next door neighbor to come over and burn me alive. And now he's gonna water down boxing. How do you even water down something that's already so watered down? That's like if you're trying to insult the ocean by spitting in it. Actually, something does seem kind of insulting about spitting into the ocean. I don't know why. So I get it. I get why boxing people don't want Dana to spit in it. It does seem insulting, at least, I mean, even if just on a metaphorical level, I guess.
I do not believe that itch has been scratched yet for Gina, but we'll see. You know, like there's a lot of things already coming at her. You know, I could tell you behind the scenes, there's a lot of activity already. So
I hope it's fighting. I hope what they're talking about is fighting, because you know there's certain types of people approaching Gina Carano, and she just seems too pure. You know, she seems too pure for this world. She belongs in a cage, beating in the face of another woman with another woman, trying to beat her face in. She's too pure for everything else.
Ultimately, you know, the decision is hers. She's never fought. Like, this was never a need for money. This was a personal thing for her to come back and do this. And now, honestly, truthfully for me, she found the love of fighting again. And as a coach, I see somebody in the room who she can still fight, dude. And there's a lot of people that she can still beat. I guarantee you, you know.
I hope. I've been saying this for a while. And I think this is what MVP is doing right. And maybe we're still too close to the situation and people are feeling the reverberations of feeling like it was rigged or it was too fast or it was upsetting or whatever. But here's what we got to remember, what we did like about it. It was the legends that we don't want to let go of. Why do you think when they make new video games, whether it's WWE, whether it's UFC, even if it's like NBA games, why do they have those legends ones? How come I could play an NBA game and I could be like the All-Stars from 1980? Because people love the legends. They don't want to let go. They love that familiarity. And that's what the Netflix MVP stuff brings. People love Nate Diaz. I don't know why, but they love Nate Diaz. And you know, you got Mike Perry, you got all these people from yesteryear. And that's what it's for. And the UFC is starting to feel that. They were trying to get that one dude to come back, Cub Swanson. They wanted Jim Miller. They wanted who's that other dude? Jeremy Stevens. They're trying to do the same thing now. So there is a spot for Gina to do that. Like, who wouldn't want to see Gina Carano and like Holly Holmes, or like Gina Carano and Holly Holmes, or like Nate Diaz and BJ Penn?
I personally would like to see her do it again. I personally would like to see her take the work that we did and actually have another camp that would be focused on just fighting, because all the hard work, the bullshit, the weight cut has been done. I would love to see her have.
You know what Gina could do? Now, I hope she stays healthy. I hope she stays fit. I hope she likes where she's at and she finds a way to make it realistic on a consistent basis. But if not, something that I have been pushing for years, if Gina and Dana White could make amends, if we could bring that women's heavyweight division to the UFC, that's what I'm talking about.
Another camp.
Hey, maybe losing ain't winning. You know, wait, or that's, it depends if you're talking about weight. Losing weight was winning in this situation because Ronda paid her $1 million to lose weight, basically. But now gaining ain't losing necessarily. So losing was winning, but gaining ain't necessarily losing, because if she gains weight, then she could be one of them ladies heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? You're with me.
And do a fun fight. Do I think she's going to do it? I would lean more to yes than no. I feel like there's going to be that, you know, kind of that same thing that Ronda had, was that empty hole that was left in her. I think that, you know, Gina's going to have that now after going through this process and being fired up. I think for myself,
I was going to turn the empty hole thing into a food joke, but I'm not going to do that because that's insensitive.
That maybe we see another one. I think we see Merab is one of those guys that we've seen, obviously, will literally fight tomorrow, if you called him and said, hey, we need you on this card, he'll do it. You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't.
Well, Merab stays active. That's for sure. I saw him. I was scrolling something earlier, and I saw him being very active with a lady giant. I can't remember what her name was, but that's his issue. Sometimes I think he's a little bit too active, and I think he could tend to exhaust himself. So hopefully he's staying fight ready.
I don't care if his nose is broken, his legs falling off, or whatever it is.
He's gonna hurt his back from giving that lady piggyback rides. It's a lady giant.
Good, bad, and different. That dude's a fighter, and he's gonna fight at any point in time. So we're literally just waiting for Jan to give the time and the date. You know, that was the opponent that's been told to us. I don't think that's going to change. Merab.
It's actually kind of a good idea, Merab hanging out with this lady giant, because it's kind of like when a baseball player, when they swing with like 3 bats, so that when they just swing with one, it's like, oh, I could do this all day, bro. So when he goes toe to toe with Peter Yan, he ain't gonna feel like nothing compared to that lady.
We are fighting September 12th. It will be in Vegas, and the opponent, let's just say,
this feels kind of weird. Maybe if I was a fighter and I had a different type of mentality, maybe his manager made him do it, or his promoter, I don't know, but I feel like coming out as a fighter and wearing your belt over your shoulder is if like you were a musician and you came out to talk to Jimmy Fallon holding your Grammy, or if you're like a actor holding your Oscar or something like that. It just looks super weird. Why don't you come out holding that 40 grand that you owe Armin Sarukian? Why don't you come out grasping onto that shame from when Armin Sarukian's homeboy boxed you up in your living room?
he's from the other side.
Why are they laughing?
Fighting September 12th.
Do they think that he's fighting a woman because the way he worded it?
Be in Vegas, and the opponent, let's just say, he's from the other side.
Oh, he's from the other side. Why are they laughing?
Are you going to fight
He's across the pond. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Why is that such a like taboo? Why are they wording it like that?
I thought maybe he was from outer space. Like, all right, this is a lot of UFO talk and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think that's what they thought he was saying. I think he thought they were saying that he was gay or something. I feel like that's the way that people would say, like in the 90s, like, you know, he's fighting. He's from the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think. What else would the audience have been thinking? And then, of course, Jimmy Fallon can't say that. It's not like he's back on SNL.
Fight
He's across the pond. I'm sorry.
Especially the way he went like that.
I thought maybe he was from outer space. Like, all right, this is a lot of UFO talk and stuff like that. So I don't know.
I don't even understand why somebody would make such a big deal of somebody being from, like, especially if you're a fighter, you're used to fighting people from like all over the world. So why is he making it such a big deal? I thought he was saying it's a big deal because the dude's like from, like on Dana White's team or whatever.
It was real.
His name
Because it's like Conor Benn, dude.
is Conor Benn. And we will send him back to the UK sipping on some tea.
Oh my God.
I wonder how many hoops and meetings they had to go through to like approve this. Like this is like the highest, most aggressive level of trash talk that you could get to on network TV.
And we will send him back to the UK sipping on some tea.
Oh my God.
Jimmy's like, oh.
And we will send him back to the UK sipping on some tea.
Oh my God.
Oh, I can't believe he said that. Oh.
Hey, Rashad beat me. Rashad beat me. I missed a fight for tomorrow. That quick.
I kind of feel like I'm not supposed to like Rampage. He's a man child. He's immature. Look at what he created with Roger Jackson. He's a terrible person. He's a terrible dad, all this stuff. But the dude was like built for entertainment, man. He makes me laugh. I could watch this dude for hours. Just his facial expressions, man. And I know that's become like a racist thing, unfortunately. Remember there was like a big wave like a year ago that you're not supposed to use like like black GIFs anymore and stuff like that because of facial expressions, because it was like some type of like meme appropriation. I don't know if you remember that, and now I feel weird for even bringing it up. But I think, you know, I think it's a compliment to him. The dude is entertaining. He's so sad. Look how sad he is. So I don't know why him and Kamaru were messing around like this. I suppose if I watch his stream, it's got to be up somewhere. There will be some context as to why Usman was doing what he was. But I guess it caused him to miss like the whole fight. Plus, he has a crush on Ronda, right? Didn't he always have a crush on her?
I did an interview with Ronda Rousey the other day too. Since
She asked about me.
He's like, do it again. Run it back. Run it back one more again. He's all hanging his head. He looks sadder than when Roger almost killed Psycho Stu.
Now and forever.
Much love, brother. Bro, if I wasn't on camera.
Dude, don't ever do that to another man. I remember when I was in a situation before with this dude that thought he knew me better than he did. You know what I'm saying? And he was an older gentleman from days gone by. I don't know if it was like no, I don't think it was. It was even worse back then, right? You don't do stuff like that even more so back then. But he was an older gentleman, you know, older than me, and there was like a embrace, which was already too much for me, frankly. But the dude kissed me on the cheek. The dude kissed me in the cheek, and I almost gave him some of that dirty boxing, you know? I almost broke the clinch and gave him some of that elbow sopa. You don't kiss a man on the neck.
If I wasn't on camera.
Are you proud of me?
I'm unfollowing it again. Hey, I just got sexually.
He's unfollowing him. Oh, he's reporting him to a security guard or a cop.
Hey, I just got sexually by Ariel Helwani, and we arrested him. I didn't want that.
The guy doesn't know if he should take him serious. Look at the guy with the glasses.
And we arrested him. I didn't want that.
Look, he's like, dang, yeah, my job's on the line right here. How do I handle this? This kick made me laugh during the fight. And you know Nate wanted to crack up right there too. He noticed it. You can see he noticed it out of his peripherals. He's like, what the? I love that Mike Perry had the presence of mind, even in the midst of a fight, to laugh at it. Just having some fun in there. This was probably the highlight of the fight, both literal and metaphorical.